I'm live. Oh. Everyone. Good evening, everybody. We are welcome to another beautiful Mastering the Art of Sustainable Wealth Creation by Kelechi Godfrey K. An amazing person, someone I have had a few seconds, and I can assure you that you all are in for a very beautiful and lovely ride tonight. So, good evening, everybody, and welcome. Tell us where you're joining us from. Tell us your name and where you're joining us from. Good evening, Promise. Welcome. Good evening. Good evening, Promise. I can see you. Every other person that is joining, please tell us your name in the comments and where you're joining from. I am Promise Ore, the volunteer experience lead for 10X Conference, and your beautiful host for tonight's session, How to Build a Sustainable Financial Stream. Everything that has to do with finances. I trust Sir Kelechi Godfrey. I don't know why, but the trust is on a very high level, and he should know why. So yes, Apostolic Stories Kelechi from Abia State. Thank you so much for joining. Go and call your neighbors. Go and call your friends. Go and call your enemies. Everybody in life has to have a very good idea of how to manage finances, sustainable financial creation. That is all we are about tonight. And the amazing person handling this topic and teaching us all that we need to know. His portfolio is plenty. Oh God, I don't know they want to read and they want to not read. Kelechi Godfrey is K, as called by everyone, is a second generation banker, amazing, with a decade of experience in Nigeria's foremost financial sector, an aggressive financial educator, business strategist, and personal finance consultant. Amazing. Oh my God. A graduate with a degree in accounting, business administration, an MBA in view, specializing in finance, and a certified financial literacy trainer. This bio, this portfolio, it's heavy in my hand. Like, I am scared to miss out on anyone. I am really, really scared. But I am going to read all of them and we are going to listen so that it will spur us to listen to all that we are being taught tonight. You get, so that you also get the sustainable financial oh my God, English is hard, whatever you get, but I am going to finish this. Godfrey is the convener of the Boardroom, a symposium for financial education and youth development, and the curator of the online episodes of Money Monday with K under the umbrella of K's Money Talk, which is a personal finance, business immunity, and monetary policy enlightenment program for young people. His innovative ideas and expertise on the knowledge of finance have helped many individuals and businesses gain a better understanding of financial management, economic policies, and improvement on their general financial well-being, which is wealth of experience and experience. experience and commitment to financial education. Oh my God, Godfrey is first a Christian speaker, amazing, an avid traveler, a youth development ambassador, and a seasoned boy child volunteer. Hey, he is a part in various charitable initiatives to help undeserved communities in Nigeria, advocating for SDG 1 and SDG 8. Godfrey is a recipient of the Abia Under 35 Award, class of 2022, just Gotney Leadership Center and Finric Business School. Don't worry, I'm on more forms, facilitating personal finance and pushing financial education back into the school curriculum. His goal is to reposition the finance of the next generation, reducing poverty and strengthening the society's economy with ₦1, 1 man, and 1 business at a time. My God. My God. So, without wasting so much of our time, we are going to bring on board Mr. Kelechi Godfrey K to teach us to master the art of sustainable wealth creation. Please clap. If I don't see clap and fire energy, I am not bringing him on board. Please let us clap and welcome our speaker for tonight. I am clapping. If they are not clapping, me, I'm clapping. Welcome on board, sir.
Hi everyone, good evening, good evening, good evening. How you all doing? Amazing, yeah, amazing. So funny enough, I also joined here, and there's something I want to introduce, right? So basically, I'm always saying that many people when they teach, they actually prepare what they have to teach and they give to the public. And so many a times there are questions that are left unanswered, or there's little time to even answer those questions. Now, I understand that we all have knowledge about finance, we all have knowledge about wealth creation, but there's something we're going to do differently with this session. Like I've experimented with it before, it was amazing. And I told myself, "Omo, where else like do this? Let me put on my elder brother's show." Yeah, Sandy Samuel is my elder brother. He's from actually Jacob. I've said it before. So yeah, that's how we roll. And then what we're gonna do today is okay, he's even here. Sandy Samuel is even here. Big bro, how far now? So he's actually Esau and I'm actually Jacob. And what we're gonna do today is I'm gonna give 2 minutes. We're gonna drop our questions. Every finance question you can think about, or every finance question that is a burden to you, every wealth creation question that you've always had at the back of your mind to ask or any clarity on, we are going to ask you. I need you guys to drop all of those questions in the comment section. I don't care if it's 100 questions. I don't care if it's going to be 1,000 questions, but I will answer as much as I can. And in answering these questions, we're going to gain knowledge, we're going to gain clarity and understanding about how finance and wealth actually works. So 1 minute, your time starts now. This is 7:08, 8 minutes past seven. So by 10 minutes past seven, we'll start answering every question head on, like seriously head on. So if you have any question relating to your finance, how you want to save, how to budget, how to create wealth, how to earn, start dropping them now. Start dropping, no matter how crazy. No question is a stupid question. No question is a hard question. We'll answer each and every one of them together. Even I promise, if you have a question, drop it, drop it. We're going to answer each and everybody's question. By the time we're done with this session, everybody should be able to know where their next million is going to come from. Everybody should be able to know how to make money for themselves. Everybody will be able to define wealth for themselves. So start dropping questions, start dropping questions, start dropping your questions. Let's start working on each and every one of them. This is the 10x workshop. This is the 10x workshop. This is the 10x workshop. So the idea is get 10 times of whatever you have in your pockets, get them now. So you're getting the insight, to get the knowledge, to get 10 times more of whatever you have in your bank account. Okay. So
So we have a
how do you
question.
Ulomans the pay asks, how do you raise funds to start a business without collateral? Amazing question, Uzoma. Amazing question. So there are different ways to raise funds or to raise money for a business. So they are called series funding. Now the series A is actually known as bootstrapping, which is you using your own money to start your business or getting money from close friends or family members. people who actually believe and trust in you. These are the first set of people you get money from. Now, when you get money from them, or when you get money from this access and you use it to start up the business or you improve the business and you make sales, the next place to get money from is basically from angel investors, people who see what you're doing and believe in you. This is through grants. This is through how they're like competitions and they're like, okay, we're giving out 1 million naira, 5 million naira, 10 million naira, things like that. These are the second ways to get funding for your business. Now, the next way to actually do that is by getting investors involved. People who see where you're going to, who believe in what you're doing, but actually want a part of what they want to own a piece of what you have. So they're not giving their money for free. They want to invest in your business, but they want to get a cut of what you own because they see the long run. Now that is the third part. Now, by the time you've done one, two, and three, the next place you're going to now is the bank. Now you're going to the bank, you're telling them, oh, this is what I have on ground, this is what I can generate for you, this is what I can give back. At this point, you're beginning the collateral. Trust me. Because why? The bank needs something they can hold in case you default. They need something to compensate in case you default. Now, there are scenarios whereby you don't really need a collateral. You can go through agents. Like, for example, there was something the CBN was doing before where they were helping, small, medium enterprises and, medium scale businesses to actually obtain funds for their, I don't know if they stopped it, but they were doing this to help small businesses scale up and help them obtain funds to boost their businesses, right? So programs like this can actually help you. But the question is, for example, you to start with, how viable is your business? What you're doing, how viable is it? How strong, how much do you believe in it? Because it's one thing for you to say you're looking for funding, but what you're trying to fund is not something that is making sense. You're looking for funding, but the business you want to do is something like inside hustle where you will not be present in it. Because one thing that scares away investors is this: I don't want to put my money where you will not even be there 247. Imagine, imagine giving birth to a child and you give the child to a nanny and you don't care about the nanny, you don't care about the child, you give the child to a nanny, let the nanny breastfeed, let the nanny take care, you don't spend time, with the nanny. It means that you're not a serious parent or you're not a serious mother, right? That's one thing it shows. Your unseriousness to take care of your child. Your business is like your child. Your business is like your baby. You need to show up for your business. You need to be there for your business. This is one thing that will give investors the clue. This is one thing that will give investors the insight to want to invest in your business. Another thing is, how charismatic are you about your business? Do you sleep your business? Do you wake up with your business? Do you even break your business? I was watching an interview the other day, and this investor talked about how he gave Jack Ma $20 million when Jack Ma wanted to start. Jack Ma is the owner of Alibaba. Now, he said there was no business plan. Jack Ma had about 30 to 35 staff, and the only thing he could see was charisma in the eyes of Jack Ma to actually want to push his business to the next level. And he said that was it for him. Now, how charismatic are you about your business? How charismatic are you about your industry? You may not have all the figures right. You may not have all the knowledge there, but how charismatic are you about what you want to do? These are things that want to make people invest in your business without even putting a dime. Just seeing how energetic you are, just seeing how much you are putting in already would give them a clue to, want to invest and want to believe in you to push forward. So the first way to get funds without, collateral is bootstrapping your own money and those of your close family and friends or associates. Number two, from angel investors, from grants, from business pitches. Number three, from public offers or from other investors who want to get a cut out of your business. Now, these are the three first phases you need before you can now start thinking of collateral. If you've done these three, I think the next phase will use to go to a bank, get a loan, and get collateral. But before you do that, I feel that you have gotten more money with these three than what the bank will be giving you. Okay, let's start with the second question. How can we know where we can invest and what are our options? Amazing question. Who is this? This is Nneka Ijoma. All right. When it comes to investing, there are three places I always advise people to invest in. The first place is in yourself. Why? Because this place offers you no risk. You invest in yourself, you get over 1,000% return on that investment. Whatever is in your head, whatever you have honed as a skill, will forever bring money to you. So the first place to invest in is to invest in yourself. Acquire more skill, acquire more knowledge, build up your skill set. The second place to invest in is in the real sector, not real estate. I didn't say real estate. The second place to invest in is in the real sector. Now, the real sector is the engine that grinds that moves the economy of a nation. When you hear the real sector, it is business, buying and selling goods and services. This is the real economy of a nation. Money is not the real economy of a nation. Goods and services are actually the real economy of a nation. For example, you're live streaming, you bought a phone, you gave your money to someone and you bought the phone, you bought data. These are the things that move the economy. Now, imagine 1 million people buying data to stream this session you're having exactly. Do you know how much the telecommunications company are making? Right? So you want to invest money, look in the real sector. Now, I'm using telecommunications and tech as an example. What about hospitality? What about food services? What about transportation? What about hair? What about beauty and cosmetics? This is the real sector. As long as you see it, you touch it, you can pay for it. That is the real sector. Anywhere money moves, anywhere money exchanges hands, that is the real sector, and that is where you should invest in. Now, the third place is the financial market. Now, what the financial market does is the financial market is actually a lubricant that lubricates the engine of the economy. So the financial market actually helps the financial market actually helps the real sector become more viable and more stable. What happens in the financial market is this: money is taken to the financial market. The money from the financial market is now given to those in the real sector. They work with the money and they return the money back with small interest. Now, when we talk about the real sector, we talk about things like the capital markets and the money market, right? So the capital market is where you deal with things like shares. Exactly. You deal with things like shares in the capital market, ETFs in the capital market, commodity in the capital market, and others. Then in the money market, you have things like commercial papers, treasury bills, federal government bonds, bill of exchange. These are actually things you can invest in the financial market that will give you returns. Now, the financial market has two major principles that guide it. The first one is to buy and hold. You buy an asset at a small price or at a low price, then you hold it for a while and you sell it higher for later. Now, a classic example of this is shares, is crypto, right? You buy these things when their prices are small, you hold them, you sell later. When you sell, you get something called capital gain. Now, capital gain is the difference between what you have bought and what you have sold, and that is the profit you have made. For example, on my status today, I talked about Transcorp, right? Early this year, Transcorp listed at 40 naira per share. Now, Transcorp, Transcorp National, the Transcorp Hotel, and all of that, the big company, Transcorp Power, their maiden company, which is transnational, got list. General this year they were at 44 naira. As of this afternoon, they closed at 61 naira. Now, if I bought 1,000 units of Transcorp, that would be about 40,000 naira. Now, that was at January. If I sell it now, I'm selling at 6,000 naira. My gain there is 20,000 naira. We also saw you. He bought that unit. I think that was about 4 million units. He bought that 4 million units. He bought that 4 million units at roughly 40 million naira. As of October 2022, right? October 2022, that was when he bought that unit. 4 million units of Geregu shares at 100 naira per share. Right now, a unit of those shares is worth 1,000 naira. So it had made over 1,000% in just 2 years. He's now selling that one he bought for 40 million for 4.6 billion without lifting a pen. Someone made approximately over 4 billion plus without lifting a pen, just buying shares. This is how the financial market works. Now, what happened is the money that was gathered in buying those shares by Gegu Power was used by the company to elevate its position, to do more, give more power to Nigerians so that we can have more electricity. Remember that we are paying increased tariff. They've been saying they're going to increase the electricity tariff. This money being increased is going to who? The people who supply the power. Now, Geregu is one of them that supplies the power. So what do you think is going to happen to Geregu? The more they sell to us, the more power they generate, we pay them, they get the money, their valuation increases, their shareholders make more money. So
The more we pay, the more Geigu makes more money and they become bigger. This is what happens when you invest in companies. Dangote is there, MTN is there. I mean, any big company you can think of is listed on the Nigerian stock market. And these guys are making money off you. If I ask right now, how many people are watching me right now with an iPhone? Many of you raise up your hands. But the big question is this: how many of you have iPhone shares or Apple shares? That's a big question. Many of you, MTN is your telecommunications marketer. You're using MTN to stream this, to watch this from wherever you are. But how many of you have shares in MTN? Remember, MTN did a poll that they've increased their tariff by 200%. What do you think is going to happen to their shares? Their shares are going to go up. Why? Because MTN stands a chance of making more money at this point. But now we have not even invested in MTN. So you see, anything that consumes your money should actually bring money to you. That is what we always miss out. If I am spending on this thing, this should actually bring money to me. How can this thing bring money to me? By investing into it. I don't know if you're with me. So shares is one of them. That's the financial market. Let me talk about now. The thing about shares is shares can be risky because if the stock goes down, you stand to lose money. Now that's called paper loss. You actually lose when you sell. But if you don't sell, we are looking at the fact that the stocks might go up again later. We don't know when, but it's going to go up again, and it's going to help you make more money, recapitalize on your gains and every other thing. Now let's look at something that is actually less risky and is more protective of your capital, right? So treasury bills is more like a fixed income investment that you get to put your money in for a period of time, and a percentage is given back to you. Now the percentage is given back to you immediately you subscribe. For example, if the auction is happening today and they say, okay, for a 1 year investment, we are giving you 25%, and I put in 1 million naira. Once I subscribe, in the next 1 week, I have gotten 25% of 1 million naira, and I can do whatever I want with that money. That's around 250,000 naira. At the end of 1 year, my 1 million is going to be returned back to me safe. Now, this is why this actual investment are actually called safe. The money market is a very safe place to actually invest your money without losing it. Here, you don't get to be worried. Your money is safe. Your interest is also good. It's not plenty, but it's quite good. The thing about the financial market is this: you invest small, it gives you small. You invest large, it gives you something moderate. And if you want to invest anywhere, whatever the thing is, be it in the real sector, be it in the money market or in the capital market, there are three questions you always need to ask yourself and get the answers. If you're not satisfied with these answers, rethink that particular investment. Number one, how much do I know about this particular investment? Have I done my research? Have I done my due diligence? If I don't know much about it, or I don't know anything about it, or I'm not satisfied with the answer, please rethink that investment. If they cannot explain to you what they are really doing, if it is not making sense to you, if they are not showing you their financial books and telling you this is how our books are, this is the profit we made in the last 3 months, this is the losses we made in the last 3 months, please rethink that investment. Now, the second question you're going to ask yourself is, what is the safety of my principal? The money I am investing right now, how safe is it? If I am going to lose, am I going to lose 10%? Am I going to lose 20%? Am I going to lose 50%? Am I going to lose 70%? Or will I lose all my money? If the question to this answer, you're not comfortable with it because there's some investment you do, they'll tell you, like for crypto, for example, if you are putting your money in crypto, be ready to lose it. Though they always tell you this. If you're going to do forex, be also ready to lose your money because these are volatile investments. Now, what do I mean by volatile investments? These are investments that if you go into, they are not steady. They go up, they go down at any time, at any market situation. Maybe one news will just happen and the market will just change. For example, in crypto, if Elon Musk just switch Bitcoin right now, or he does something that relates to crypto, you see that the crypto market will start bubbling, activities will increase, prices start going up. The moment you face something negative about crypto, you see that it will attract a market crash, right? So these are the things about volatility. One news can cause a mishap. One news can make you lose money. One person just wake up and not feeling at the right side of his bed, who is in power and decides, oh, you know what? Dollar is, imagine Donald Trump waking up and saying dollar is rubbish. Everybody's going to bet against dollar that day because, I mean, if the president of America can say dollar is rubbish, what are we now doing with it? So these are the things that happen in the financial market, and that's why you should always know what you're going into. So, like I said, I talked about due diligence, making your research. Second, I talked about safety of your principal. If they tell you that, okay, You might lose 20% investing here, 30%, 60%. Be sure that you're comfortable losing that amount. If you're not sure, just walk away. If you're not okay losing that amount of money, please don't gamble, because at this point you're actually gambling. You're no longer investing. You're actually speculating. Just walk away. And the third question you need to answer to be sure that you want to actually invest in a particular thing is this: are you okay with the returns you're going to get? If you invest 1 million right now and you get 1 naira, you've made profit. 1 naira is actually profit. But the question is, are you satisfied with it? If you invest 1 million and they're telling you, your profit is 30,000 naira, are you satisfied with 30,000 naira? Are you satisfied with 100,000 naira? Are you satisfied with 250,000 naira? These are questions you need to ask yourself and answer. If you are comfortable with it, you can stay. But if you are not, please and please and please walk away. Walk away. Investment in its simple terms is you risking your current fund, your current liquidity to get future liquidity. So it's just you sacrificing 1 naira to get 2 naira, or 1 naira to get 1.5 naira. But the problem is that many people are very greedy. They want to invest 100K and get 500K by next month. That is not how investment works. Investment needs patience. Investment needs perseverance, because you're actually dealing with live things. You're dealing with commodities. You're dealing with people. You're dealing with demand and supply. So anyone telling you, oh, I can give you 30% or 50% of your money in the next 30 days, please, if you are doing that much, why don't you just borrow money from the bank and be doing investment? Why do you now need my money? These are the questions people don't ask. Because if you can do that, just go to the bank, put a plot of land that you have as collateral, collect 10 million and flip 10 million like 10 times. And you get like 100 or 1 billion naira. So why do you now need my money? If someone tells you, invest 1 million, I'll give you 50%, ask him, if you can do it, why do you now need my money? Why do you actually need, why don't you tell me, borrow you? Tell me to borrow you instead of telling me invest. I will borrow you. When you're done, you give me back my money with interest. It's just that simple. So please be careful of people who tell you invest here and get 50 or 30% in 30 days. Those are actually fake investments, Ponzi schemes, or those are shell companies. Now, what are shell companies? Shell companies are companies that tell you, oh, we used to do A, B, and C, but underneath they are doing X, Y, Z. For example, they will tell you, we are into transportation or logistics, but underneath they are doing money laundering, they are doing drugs, they are doing trafficking. These are actually shell companies. Why they are doing that is so that they can cover their track and cover how money is coming in and out of the company. So instead of them saying, instead of ESG telling them, oh, we trace this, we are an investment company, people invest in us and all of that. That is just how they used to cover. Forget all those things you see on social media or on billboards. These are how they actually cover their tracks. And any company that is saying they're an investment company that is not backed up by the SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission, please, please, please do not invest in such companies, because those companies stand to default. And when they do, no one will be held responsible or liable for your money. Once your money is gone, it is actually gone. The SEC is the body responsible for investments in Nigeria. So if any company you're investing in, you ask them, are you backed or regulated by the SEC? And they tell you no, but that think twice. You're actually playing into the hands of scammers or fake investments. So, like I said, the question was, right, how can you know where to invest and what are options? I've said this. The first place you need to invest in is in yourself. The second place you need to invest in is in the real sector, which are goods, services, businesses you see and you touch. The third place you need to invest in is in the financial market. I would have want to elaborate on this, but there are still more questions I need to answer. So I hope I've answered your question. But if you feel I've not answered it well enough, you can check me out on Instagram, Kelechi Godfrey. Send me a message. I would definitely respond, and I'll give you more insights. Now, the third question is it actually said that the banks exist to aid businesses grow? However, it seems like an open secret that banks seem to only favor businesses that have a long track record of financial security. Yes, yes, yes. The banks are there to actually make businesses grow. But here's the funny thing: businesses with good track record. Now, the banks are actually working with people's money. Your money in the bank is actually a liability to the bank. So the bank doesn't want to lose your money or play tricks or gamble with your money. So for the bank to actually work with any company, this must be companies that they trust. These are companies that have good track record and can offer collateral. No bank in Nigeria will be afraid to work with Dangote. Why? Because his assets are all over Nigeria. Just one post and everything goes down. So you need to have a very good track record to have to get a bank to be on your side to actually help you. You need to show them that you are credit worthy. What I mean by credit worthy, that if they give you 1 million, you will not run away with 1 million. You will not even default it, because at this point it's no longer their money, it is people's money. It is depositors' fund. It is depositors' fund. The money of people and other people that they are giving to you to do business with. And they are hoping that in due time, you will pay back the money and also pay back interest. The banks are there to help strengthen the economy of a nation. But you yourself need to play your own part in being very reliable and trustworthy and show track record of your business. That's why it's very good to always document how you're doing. Document, cash flow in and out of the business, your turnovers, your revenue, your profits, the margins. All these things are important, because when a bank sees these numbers, let me tell you the honest truth, people will lie. Me, look at me, I can lie to you, but the numbers will never lie. The numbers will never lie to you, because they have to show you how the business is operating. Like I said earlier, if you want to invest in a company, tell them to show you their financials. What have you done in the last 6 months? Let me see your books. With that, you see whether the company is doing well or not. If a bank sees your financials, sees your profit margin, sees your inflow and your outflow, and they are satisfied with it, they want to do business with you. All you have to do is be collateral. They will gladly do business with you. They are looking for people they can do business with, as long as you have good track record. So yes, the banks are there to help you, but you need to have a good track record. Very, very important. A good track record is very, very important. Keep the questions coming, keep the questions coming, keep the questions coming. Okay, together with the collateral before they can help you. Yes, why they need the collateral is so that you don't run away with their money. Yes, in case you run away with their money, they'll just sell your collateral and get their money back. That is why they always need collateral. That's why they need something tangible to hold on to. This is it. They need something tangible to hold on to. If not, I mean, you can do them 30 now. You can call them and relocate to Canada, and the bank would be like, we gave this guy 10 million, you will not see him again. So go with the 10 million. I have a party worth 50 million. I'll just sell it and make my money back on my profit. Easy squeezy lemon, easy peasy lemon squeezy. That's just it. That's what the banks actually do. Now, okay. Also, if someone wants to learn about investments today, where should you point them to start? Google is a friend. Now we even have Chat GPT. These are actual, you can just research. Just research. Start with a question. Start with a question. You can just Google, if I have 1 million right now, where can I invest in? Just type it in Nigeria. I'm a Nigerian looking for where to invest 1 million naira. Just type that on Google. It will give you so many options. All you have to do is pick up those options one by one and ask questions about them. If Google says we are investing of that money in treasury bills, ask Google, what are treasury bills? It will give you explanations. Google is a friend. ChatGPT is a brother. These things can actually help you. It's just that the big question is, what questions are you asking? What are you actually looking at? What are you actually studying? What do you spend your time listening to? These are the things. Many of us spend our times on social media, on Instagram, on Facebook, looking at the latest gist, looking at the latest trending fashion. I mean, when people were discussing about Sophie Dibia and Annie, few of us were talking about DeepSeek. I was writing so much back-to-back conversation. Someone had asked me, what is DeepSeek? I'm like, are you kidding me? You don't know what DeepSeek is? You don't know what the impact of DeepSeek did in the US economy, in the US stock? Like the tech industry lost roughly 1.2 trillion. You don't know about that? Well, you know everything concerning Annie Dibia and Two Face? So priorities need to be set right. Investment is not really hard. The knowledge is everywhere. Everywhere you turn, everywhere you look at, money is changing hands. Every single place. Like I said just now, you paid data to be here, you bought a phone to be here. So someone needs you to actually want something. You're actually someone actually solving a problem and making money. Right? Investment is not hard. You just need to ask the right questions and look at the right direction. Focus on the right things. You cannot be worried about investment when all your attention is drawn to the latest gist and latest gossips in Nigeria. People who build wells don't do that. I mean, that's like we do that at the end of the day. Let's say we're done with all our transactions. Like, okay, what's happening? This one did this. I have a friend actually who gives me all the whole gist on the internet. At the end of the day, if I want to know what's happening, I just go to her status. Now after, what happened here? What happened here? What happened here? She gives me a load, and I say, okay, that's fine, no wala. But I have spent at least the past 5-6 hours learning, studying, building my knowledge, my skill set on investment, on finance. Trying to get better. So spend more time, re, I would say redirect your focus. Redirect your focus. If you're spending 5 hours on Instagram listening to the latest trending things on TikTok, why don't you just cut it down a bit? Instead of spending 5 hours, just spend 2 hours and spend the next 3 hours researching or asking questions about finance, about where to invest. If you do this for 1 week, I guarantee you the way you'll be spitting financial jargons like the pros, you'd be surprised yourself. So you need to redirect your focus and redirect what you're feeding on. You need to redirect what you're feeding on. A public servant and you also have a business or say a new business, what would you do when any sales you made you use the money for transportation, feeding? Sometimes what are you to do? It's an amazing question. Yeah, as a public servant, it's an amazing question. I'm also a public servant. So my listen, I'm also a public servant. But here is the idea, but one stream of income is no longer a flex, it's a necessity. Multiple streams of income is needed at this point. Why? Because the economic structure of the nation is nothing to write home about. Things are going up day by day, but the funny part is the salary is still the same. It's not going up. So you need extra sources of income. Now, there is something called the 9 to 5, which is actually your job. Now, there's something called the 5 to 9, which is now the side hustle. These are the things your job doesn't allow you to do in the daytime, but you can as well do them in the night, right? You can have a business on the side, you can have something you do in the evening, you can have something you do in the morning, you can have something you do in the afternoon. What you're doing is important. Now we look at the fact that transportation and expenses are becoming plentier. What do you need to do? Now you need to now budget effectively. What is a budget? A budget is a plan for your money. A budget is a plan written down on paper or actually with a spreadsheet to show you where every fund you have needs to be at every point in time. So the idea of a budget is to help you track all your money. Now, there are different rules or principles in finance that can help you in budgeting. For example, there's something called the 50-30-20 ratio. 50% of your income goes to essential expenses, 30% goes to non-essential expenses, 20% goes to your savings. Now, instead of doing 30% non-essential, essential expenses are things that are not really important, that you don't need to do. Maybe just need to do them once in a while so that you can just feel among, right? You just need to do them once in a while to just feel among. That's the non-essential. Instead of doing 30% of your income there, why don't you just say, why don't I put 30% to savings and 20% to actually non-essential expenses? 50% to essential expenses, the things you actually need for survival. These are your feeding, your house rent, your transport. Data is also life because you need to be online apparently. So all of these things, you accumulate them, you accommodate them in a particular session, and you are diligent with them, you're disciplined with them. Because here's the funny idea: you don't have a money making problem, you actually have a spending problem. You're spending more on the things you don't need rather than you're spending more on the things you want rather than the things you actually need for survival. Now, in doing this, you are curtailing some expenses, and that is why I'm emphasizing on the need of a budget. Now, the 50-30-20 principle is very good, but I found out a more suitable situation to actually help you do more with your money. I call it the 30-day principle. Now, in the 30-day principle, what you do is you divide 30 days of the month into a structure called a trimester. 10 days per trimester, 10 days per trimester. A trimester is 3 parts. So you're dividing a month into 3 parts, which is 10 days each. Now, for the first 10 days, do your normal activities. Spend, buy water, buy food, buy this, go here, go there. But you promise me one thing: everything you are spending, you write it down. For everything you're going to spend in the first 10 days, write each and every one of them down. Now, when you're done, on the eve of the second trimester, which is the last day of the first 10 days, audit everything you wrote down. That your list that you wrote down all your expenses, track all your expenses, audit it, look at it one more time. Just go through the expenses. You'll be surprised that you spent on things that do not make sense. These are the loopholes in your finance. These are where you see the holes where your money is falling out from. For example, you were bored, you bought pizza, you finished eating pizza, you took transport, you went to Nika's house, you and Nika gisted, there was no life, you bought fuel. All of these are money going. And the funny thing is, money that has left you, they will definitely not come back to you. That's the gospel truth.
When it has left, it will definitely not come back to you. So by the time you're done looking at auditing these expenses and seeing all the loopholes, funny enough, have said that researchers have said that 40%, you discover that 40% of your income is falling out through that loophole. You're spending more on the things you want instead of the things you need, which you can actually save. Money that you can actually use for other important things. So by the time you're done with that, you're seeing that yeah, there are many mistakes I made in money. Oh yeah, you'll be ginger to correct them in the second trimester, in the second part of the trimester. Now, in the second part of the trimester, you'll be a little bit conscious about your spending. Though still record your spending, spend like you used to, but now you're something has happened. You've been triggered. You're now more conscious. So you'll be like, you want to buy this? No, let me big smoke. No, let me, you'll be adjusting gradually, but still you're recording all your expenses. By the time you're done with the second part of the trimester, the same last day, you will see that you have become better. Now you didn't throw away much money like before in the first part. You threw away like small sharp. You do this again the third time. That's the third part of the trimester. By the time you're done with the third trimester, you would see that for every time your salary comes in, you already know where what needs to be at every point. You'll be so good at budgeting that you know how much water, pure water, certain water can sustain you and your family in a month. You know how much transportation can carry you in a month. You know how much to spend on fuel in a month. You know how much to spend on feeding in a month. By the time you've done this, you've built a conscious mindset about your finance that you don't need to spend money anyhow. So the remaining residue or residual income that is now kept can now be used to sustain you on days of emergencies, on days when you don't have enough, on days when it's not funny but you need to make ends meet. This is the key. This is the idea. The difference between being rich and getting rich is this. Any fool can get rich. Anybody can get rich. You can just make a deal and get rich. But the thing about being rich is facing the multiple abyss of options and telling yourself no. The other truth is for everything you spend on, there is an opportunity cost. For every time you spend on or you for every activity you engage in, there's an opportunity cost. I should have done this instead of this. Now the thing is, the opportunity cost forgone, the one you are leaving, is that one far better than the one you are doing? That is the question. Okay, let me use myself as an example. I had money coming into my account 2 weeks ago. My money, very huge amount, over 8 figures, right? And I was like, do I need to buy a new car? I drive a car in 2004, very rickety, old. I was like, should I just buy a new car? I went, I priced the car, a 2014 Hyundai Azure. It was costing 9 million. I was like, I could just buy this car and I'd still be fine, I'd still be good. At this point, it was the opportunity for gone. Now I could spend 9 million buying a car instead of investing 9 million in the financial market. I had to sit down and ask myself, why are you actually buying a car? Like, why do you need to buy that car? Your car is still good, your car is still fine. It might be old, yes, but it still runs. It's better than most cars. So why you buy a new one? At this point, after carry the money, I invested in mutual funds, carry wise. Put money here, put money here, put money here, put money here. The amount that was coming back to me, I was like, say this is money I would have used and buy car and 9 million would have just gone. Say it's bringing me more money now. That is just it. So for every time you want to spend, ask yourself, this money I'm trying to spend now, will this money be useful later? Can I use this money in doing something far better that will benefit me? Opportunity cost. Remember I said earlier, you don't have a problem making money. You actually have a problem spending money because you are now, when money comes in, you have an endless abyss of options. Do you remember that is when money comes in, you know that you've not bought a new wristwatch, or you've not bought a new hair, or there's this gold that you've been watching, this necklace that you've not bought, or this new phone you've not acquired. But when the money was not there, you didn't just fine. That's the problem. Those who create wealth are not looking at these things. They're looking on how to multiply their money. Now, let me give you a breakdown of something in financial freedom. To get financial freedom, you need to go through levels. Now, there's financial crisis. There's financial. There's sustainable financial freedom. Now, in financial crisis, you have plenty financial obligations, but you don't have enough financial resources. Now, what do I mean? You need to pay for your transport, you need to buy food, you need to pay house rent, you need to do this with money. But you have a mix of income. You're not earning. So you're in a state of crisis. Where do I get money from? Who do I call to beg? Which uncle? Which auntie? That's the state of financial crisis. You don't have the funds needed to meet your financial obligations. Now, what do you need to do? You need to get productive. You're not poor because of where you come from. You're actually poor because nothing is coming out of you. So productivity is actually the benchmark of earning. You need to be productive. You need to have something coming out of you. You need to produce something. You need to be able to solve a problem in society so you can earn. Now, the matter you're about to do that because by virtue of understanding, you need to have a skill set to solve a problem. Oh, what can I do? Can I sweep? Can I clean? Can I wash? Can I sew? Can I fold? Can I take pictures? Can I edit videos? Then these where skills become important. Because why? You actually need those skills to earn money. You need to be able to survive, to solve this person's problem to get the money out of their pockets. I tell people anything you can do to make this person or person A give you their money or move their money from your pocket to their pocket, from their pocket to your pocket legally is what you should be focusing on. Now, how can I make this person give me this money without committing fraud or stealing from him? This is the question you should be trying to solve. Oh, should I ask him if he has any problem that he has? Or do you know, should I tell him I want to wash his clothes, I want to sweep his house, I want to wash his car, I can let me make food for him, I can cook for them, I can run errands for them. This is an act of productivity. This is why most of us get employed in the corporate space. Because why? We can solve the corporate problem in the institution. We can solve the corporate problem for the company. We can solve the problem in the bank. That's why the bank wants to employ you. I want you to get where I'm coming from. So you need to be able to be productive by solving problems. That's how you earn. Now, when you start earning, remember this: you're not going to earn millions in you're not going to earn all the money in the world. So there are times you have plenty money. You, like I said earlier, when you have plenty money, you have endless options. So you want to buy Cold Stone, you want to enter Uber, you want to change your phone, you want to buy new clothes, you want to buy, you want to buy a rose, you want to buy a watch, you want to buy things, right? Now you've done that. Money has finished. That's financial instability. Today you have, tomorrow you don't have. Today you're here, tomorrow you're here. Today you're looking cold stone, tomorrow you're drinking Gary. Today you're entering Uber, tomorrow you're jumping keke. That is financial instability. And this is where budgeting now becomes important. Financial planning becomes important. You need to be able to plan your income. You need to be able to save. You need to be able to invest. This is where it becomes important. Now, by the time you start doing that and you start investing, you've now moved from financial instability to financial stability. Now, financial stability is a process whereby you're now rich. You have enough liquidity. You have plenty money. But that's also a problem. Being financially stable is like you being on a table with three legs. You will stand, you'll be functional, but you cannot withstand pressure. So the thing about financial stability is it can only hold you for the short term, a minimum of 1 year, 2 years. After that, if you are hit with financial problem, you will go bankrupt. Like in Nigeria, it is known that one sickness alone can render you bankrupt, cancer alone can render you bankrupt, right? Kidney failure can render you bankrupt. That's the gospel truth. So financial stability is good, but it should not be the goal. It should not be the goal. The goal is now financial sustainability. That's how you get financial freedom. Now, the idea of financial sustainability is this: you have enough financial resources, you have enough financial capability, but at the same time, you have the equipment to keep money coming for you. Now, I liken this to a borehole, right? A borehole drags water through the stone from the ground, refines it, processes it, sends to the tank. You as an individual, you open your tap, you use the water goes back to the ground, you pump again, it comes up. That is financial sustainability. One person that comes to mind when I think about financial sustainability is Aliko Dangote. Dangote is like a very good example of financial sustainability. So these men have designed systems that will keep making money for them. How? By providing services to Nigerians. See, let me be honest with you. Your salary can make you rich, right? Your salary, your job can make you rich, but what you own, that is your own, will make you wealthy. That's the gospel truth. Your job as a banker, me, I'm a banker. My job as a banker can make me rich, but my investments that I own, businesses that I own, are the things that are going to make me wealthy. The ability for me to solve people's problem in society as my business is going to make me wealthy. So if you want to get financial freedom, it is good you have a job. That is fine. You'll be financially stable, but you need to push towards financial sustainability. Do things that can make money for you without you even lifting your hand. Many of us are good writers. Write fictional novels. Put them out. Let people buy, read. You're making money without even doing anything. Invest in the financial market, invest in start businesses, right? The difference between the person that has a 9 to 5 and a 5 to 9 is just one thing. But the person who no, the difference between a 9 to 5 person and an entrepreneur is just one thing. No. They both earn income, they are both making money. But the person who has a job, a 9 to 5 job, cannot control cannot increase his income except by increasing his skill set. But the person who has a business can increase their income. How? By increasing their business. It's just that simple. All he needs to do is increase what he's selling or find something that's moving faster in the market. A fast moving consumer good FMCG. FMCG. When people tell me, I want to start a business, what business writer? I said, go to FMCG. Fast moving consumer goods. What do people buy every day? People buy water every day. People buy food every day. You don't need to cook. You can even sell raw rice, raw beans, Gary. Things are always, people always eat. People always drink water. People move, transportation. People wear clothes. Women make their hair. Fast moving consumer goods. You want to invest in this economy, look for fast moving consumer goods. You will make, I assure you, me. If you don't make money, my name will not be my name. But that's the gospel truth. Whatever people are spending their money on, go there. That is where the real gold is. That is where the gold rush is happening. That is where the gold mine is. Go there and tap your own share. The market is big enough for everybody. I say in Abia State, in Umaya, if you know Umaya very well, along Azikiwe Road, there are over 5 eateries on that road, and all of them are making money. They're all making. None of them have gone out. None of them have gone out of business. They're all busy making money every day. Why? Because people must eat, whether you like it or not. Right? I think I've spoken so much about investment. Let me move further. Okay, how do we buy shares in a particular company, please? That's very, very simple. So you can buy shares through your brokers, right? But here's the funny thing: financial technology has made it very easier that we can even buy shares from the comfort of our homes. Now, I'm going to list you a couple of apps that you can use in buying shares, but one comes highly recommended. I will recommend you Yocha, YOCHAA. You want to buy shares for any companies, Nigerian, American, use the Yocha app. You can buy as much as you want. Just go in, fill in your details, get your CSS and your CHN number, and you can play in the stock market as you want. Every company you're looking for, as long as it's Nigerian and it's American, is listed there. Then Bamboo. With Bamboo, you can invest in the financial market, the capital market, and also in the money markets. What do I mean? You can buy shares with Bamboo, Nigerian shares, American shares with Bamboo. You can also buy treasury bills with Bamboo. You can also buy federal government saving bonds with Bamboo. You can also invest in dollar mutual funds in Bamboo. If you want to invest in Nigerian mutual funds, invest in dollar mutual funds. Your returns will come to you in dollars. You earn more money via currency appreciation or depreciation, and also returns capital gains as well. So on that one, I want to recommend is Afri Investor. Afri Investor is very good. You can buy shares on Afri Investor. Optimus Nigeria is also owned by Afri Investor. What Optimus does is that Optimus helps you invest in the money market. Afri Investor helps you invest in the capital market. So these apps are very good. They are very handy. RiseVest has issues with SEC. So I cannot recommend RiseVest. There's Chaka. You can use Chaka in buying those shares as well. So financial technology has made it very easy for whoever wants to invest to actually invest. So this thing called investment is not rocket science. So it's very, very simple. It's very, very easy. All you need to do is just pay attention to it. And you'll be fine, you'll be good. Any questions you have can actually be answered. ChatGPT can help you, Google can help you, I can help you as well. So it's very, very, very easy. Are there more questions? Are there more questions? If you have questions you want to ask, just drop them. Just drop them. That is why we are here. We are here to help you become better at your finance. We are here to help you get more money. We're here to help you get more money. Okay. How do you buy shares in a particular company? Please. I just already explained it. I don't know. If you use this app, you can just every company is listed. All you have to do is search the name of the company. Search the name of the company and you'll be fine. What is required to have before I invest with this app? Just your normal documentation. The same thing you go to banks with. your proof of identification, your utility bill, your BVN is actually very important, right? So these three things are just it. Your proof of identification, you can use your driver's license, you can use your NIN, you can use your international passport. That's proof of identification. Your utility bill, your NEPA bill or your water bill, this works, right? Or your tax, no, your tax doesn't work. It's not utility bill. Then your BVN, so they can also link up your CHN with your bank account. That's just it. It's not rocket science. So everything are very easy. In just like in 20 minutes you're done. You're done registering with these companies or with these apps, and before you know you're investing. You're a player in the capital market. It's just very very easy. It's just like you sign up for a new social media application where you put in your email, you get a username, and all of that. It's just very technology is making everything very, very simple. If you have more questions about your finance, please, I'd be here to help you. I want to really answer questions pertaining to this finance. And if Bond, we only have 4 minutes left. So let me see what I can do in 4 minutes. Ask me your questions, ask me your questions, ask me your questions. Please do ask me your questions. Ask. 10 more minutes. Okay, yes, I've already been one. I've already been one. So drop your questions, drop your questions, drop your questions, drop your questions, drop your questions. Any question you have about wealth creation, about finance? I mean, I said a lot on this slide. I think I said a lot without even slides or without even a notes. So if you have questions, if you have questions, if you have questions, if you have questions, I'm here for you. I'm here for you. I'm here for you. So if you don't have questions, I have a question. I have a question. I have a question. I have a question. So my question is this: what is stopping you from making 1 million naira this month, or what's stopping you from making your first 1 million? Please help me answer. Please help me answer. What is stopping you from making at least okay? Then I'm doing so much. What is stopping you from making at least 500K this month or 500K this week? Whichever the case may be. What is stopping you? What is stopping you? What is stopping you? What is stopping you from making 500,000 this week or 500,000 this month? Okay. What is stopping you from making 100K this month? Wait, won't do that. What is stopping you from making 100K this month? What is stopping you from making money this month? Talk to me. Talk to me. Let me answer that question for you. What is stopping you? Tell me what is stopping you from making 100K this month. What is stopping you from making 6 figures this month? What is stopping you from making 7 figures this month? Talk to me. Talk to me. What is stopping you? I'm not being prescribed to aspire. I'm actually a realist. I tell you where you have. I point out your problems and we solve it together. So I'm waiting for your questions. At the same time, I'm asking you back my question. So give me an answer. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. I won't bite. I don't bite. Okay. Something a bit off. I have an idea. Okay. Let me read this. I have an idea of a product to make that will help us in the building industry, but we don't know who to go to or even where to start. Any pointers? That's very amazing. Now, many people have tons of ideas, but here's the funny thing: ideation is one thing, execution is the next thing. Execution. Many people will not even care about what you're doing until you start executing. Many people will not even care or will not even want to know about what you're doing until they see it on ground, until they see you execute it. And that's why you start getting everyone's attention. Trust me. The moment you put this thing down and post it on social media, everyone will want to have a taste of it. As long as it's good and it's solving a problem, everyone want to have a taste of it. Now, people are always worried about my idea is capital intensive. Why don't you make it less capital intensive? You don't need to go out big. Why can't you just do it small? Just do it small first. Just do it small. Just do it small. Find the best way to do it small and show it to the whole world. Start from there first of all. Before you know, there are people that will call you and say, I saw what you did. Let's do more. I want to be your partner. I want to be an investor. Because everything you have is basically on paper. Everything you have is basically in your head. People want to see you execute. And here's the funny thing: when ideas grow cold, funding retracts. when the whole thing is just in your head and it's not being executed, the money will be where it is. You don't know if the person who wants to help you is just beside you. You've told them, oh yeah, let us see it now. It's not to talk. Eh? Church. Show workings. Many a times people want to see your workings. And you don't need to go out all big. You can start from a very small place. You can start very small and show the whole world what you can do. Before you know, you blow up. The boardroom has gone far. But if I tell you when we started, we're just like 12 people. It was just 12 people. I had to feed them and everything. From 12, we became 50. From 50, we did 200. From 200, we did four states in Nigeria. Four states in Nigeria. And this was something that I never believed would go that big. Right now, I'm here and people are telling me, when is the next board? I'm like, we're not doing boardroom again. Well, people cannot pay for boardroom. So that's just it. Start small, start small, show the whole world what you can do. And before you know, you'll have investors left, right, and center. It might take a while. It might not be rosy. It might not be easy. But trust me, if you don't go out there and show the world what you can do, no one's going to pay attention.
So
Don't put your ideas out there. Execute your ideas and show the world what you can do. Execute, not put your ideas out there. Execute. I don't even know where to take it for construction. It will solve a problem that needs to be constructed and materialized. Well, you can actually do a prototype. Now, a prototype is not the main thing. It's what looks like it. You can do a prototype. You can do a prototype and show the world what it is, and from there, get funding for it. It doesn't have to be the main thing. It can actually be a prototype. But if it's construction, because most of you in construction, you need to actually show the world. You need to actually put it into motion. So you can do a prototype and start from there. Start from there. And trust me, they are investors. Oh. They are investors. Shark Tank, okay, Shark Tank is American. Lion Den is there. Lion Den has, crazy ass investors that are willing to partner with you for equity stake in your business. So if it is viable, create a prototype, put it out there, and trust me, investors are going to come. Investors, I assure you, investors are going to come. So it all boils down to execution. What are you actually doing with your idea? If you don't execute your idea, I mean, it's gonna be there. So our time we're gone past by 2 minutes. We're gone past by 2 minutes. If you have any question, if you have any question, I don't know. But you can reach me out on Instagram at I am underscore political Godfrey, and I'll be glad to ask. Just tell them, just say you're from 10x, and I'll be there to answer your question. Promise is back.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir, for that amazing session. I learned a whole lot. I learned a whole lot. The part of the session that really got petitioning for the savings, understand how you save, how you spend. It really made a lot of sense and it was really clear. I'm glad that we had this session and from got so much value from tonight's session. Thank you so much for being here tonight.
Okay, your network is breaking.
Session. You came really about everything to us without. Thank you so much for being here tonight. We are glad and grateful to have had you. I think your network is a bit bad. Okay. Thank you so much, sir. We are grateful to next